Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch One, and thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust 2, reference 116300 BLRO. You can see this 41mm stainless steel Rolex Datejust 2 on our website, watchyouwant.com. You can purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. Furthermore, if you want to go directly to the product listing for this watch, please click the card in the upper right hand corner of this video. You can see on my wrist 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. The 2009 to present Datejust 2 has a lot more body, a fuller figure, and a more robust presence than the traditional 36mm Datejust. There are those who feel that a 36mm watch, no matter how august its heritage, simply isn't big enough to look in proportion on the wrists, and for those dudes, I've got the Datejust 2. 41mm across the round of the case. It's a nice and compact 12mm thick with a generously sloped bezel, so you're good to go from a short sleeve, long sleeve, dress sleeve, no sleeve perspective at your discretion. With 100-meter water resistance and a sloped bezel, a thin case, you can wear this watch in formal or informal settings. But the bottom line is, with a 51mm span from extremity of lug to extremity of lug, this fills your wrist. And if your wrist is significantly larger than mine, you're going to find no trouble wearing this watch with style, panache, and proportion. And that's key. The 41mm case really reads more as a cushion case. It almost channels a little bit of Panerai with its broad lug spacing, such that it doesn't really look like a 41mm watch, and it doesn't wear like a 41mm watch. The impression I get here is solidly 42-43. In terms of wrist real estate, it seems to hug as much of your skin as something like a 42mm Royal Oak Offshore from Audemars Piguet, and it has that kind of presence. In combination with a superb, solid end link, solid center link, 904L stainless steel Rolex Oyster bracelet, it is very hefty on the wrist, but nicely balanced, because the bracelet and the clasp, entirely milled out from steel, are just as solid as the watch head itself. Now it closes with a snick, it opens with a snap. It's very secure and beautifully finished inside and out. It also features the additional convenience of Rolex's 5mm tool-free adjustment known as Easy Link. If your wrist expands, if it contracts, this swinging pivoted member, which buckles to itself, allows you to quickly take in or take out as much as 5mm without the intervention of a jeweler or requirement of a tool. The finish of the case and the bracelet is to an outstanding standard. The brushed elements and the polished elements feature prominently, creating contrast, articulating the composition, and giving this watch a sort of jewelry-like pop without resorting to diamonds or two-tone metallic effects. Moreover, I should note that in terms of fit, when I talk about 51mm lug to lug in the modern era of solid end-link Rolex watches, I'm always measuring the horns at their extremities rather than the lugs at their extremities. You can see how the horn projects beyond the lug. That's the defining measurement that gets me to 51mm here. Now, the case, the bezel, the dial are really highlights, but it's the combination of the smooth, sloped bezel with this radiant blue sunburst dial. Now, Rolex calls this one Azzurro Blue, and really it is. It's a nod to the Italian collectors who have helped to make Rolex what it is today, often being the brand's own personal publicity team. Italian collectors have really run with the idea of contemporary and vintage Rolex, and many of the nicknames as well as the iconic models of vintage Rolex have in fact been discovered or coined by Italian collectors. Therefore, Rolex presents us with Azzurro Blue in tribute to perhaps its #1 enthusiast market. Now, the sunburst effect here is spectacular. It does make the dial dynamic, and in combination with the applied and polished white gold Roman numerals, the effect is completely unique in the Datejust family. First, because it's a Datejust 2, meaning you have more real estate, effectively a larger dial. The Cyclops eye at 3 o'clock appears less crowded than it does on the 36mm example. It allows the dial to breathe a little bit more, having that extra room to splay out and spread out, such that the Cyclops looks convenient, not contrived in this application. However, you do give up some sports watch versatility because this is not a loomed dial. This one excels in elegance rather than utility. The combination of the white gold hands at center with the white gold Roman numerals and the white gold Rolex coronet on top of that blue backdrop is worth the price of admission by itself. Hugely dramatic, Rolex finishes the composition with a wonderfully archaic railroad-style minute and second chaptering around the outer circumference. This is a beautiful watch. This is a high-impact dial. Now, it does feature a solid case back, With a beautiful brushed finish, as do all modern Rolexes, what lies beneath is Rolex's caliber 3136. When the Datejust 2 debuted, it debuted as the essentially launch platform for the 3136. The main difference compared to its predecessor is the use of Rolex's in-house Paraflex shock absorbing system. So Rolex, having mastered every element of the watch's construction, including this gorgeous dial in-house, added shock protection springs to its arsenal in 2009 with the Datejust 2. What you also get are the tried and true Rolex standards. The Parachrome Blue anti-magnetic Breguet overcoil hairspring, handmade, a full balance bridge, a free-sprung balance for durability, even in the face of shocks and disruptions. The heart of a sports watch, 100-meter, 330-foot water resistance. Thanks to the screw-down crown, it is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, so very precise. Rolex uniquely holds the watch to this chronometer standards once the movement returns from the COSC and is cased up, a key distinction compared to other manufacturers. With hacking seconds, you can stop the balance and synchronize precisely to a reference timer, and with a quick set date, you can easily correct the date should the watch ever run down. Finally, the watch features 40 to 48 hours of power reserve, so you even get a little bit more than the industry standard 42. You can see this remarkably elegant and unique at Zorro Blue Dial Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust 2 on our website, watchyouwant.com.